When you were growing up, did you ever walk into the kitchen and ask your mom what was for supper? And then if it was something new, you asked what was in it. And before she was even finished, you were making faces and had decided you didn't like it. Have you ever had beanhole beans? How it works is you make a hole in the ground a few feet deep by a few feet in diameter. Then you start a fire, and you burn until you have enough coals to bury the pot. If the pot isn't completely buried in coals, it won't cook evenly. Then you prepare the beans, adding all the ingredients into the cast iron pot. Then you place the lid on, and you seal it shut with wire. This is very important. If the lid comes off or even shifts slightly, the coals will go in the pot and the beans will be ruined. Once the lid is wired up and the coals are ready, it's time to bury the pot in the coals and let them cook for 10 to 12 hours. Important note, if the wire for the lid is not secure, the beans will be ruined. You can have the best bean recipe in the world, but if the lid isn't sealed right, you may as well throw them right in the trash can because they'll be ruined. As Christians, God has begun a work in our lives. He's in the kitchens of our hearts, and He's preparing some things for us. Good things. He knows us inside and out. He knows our every need, want, and desire. So He's preparing something beautiful for us, as the Bible promises us in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, said the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. But we have to trust Him. We have to trust He has our best interests at heart. We have to trust that He loves us and is preparing something good for us. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. What God's cooking might not look like anything we've ever had. It might not smell like anything we've ever had. We may not have ever seen it cooked that way, but we have to trust Him. Not our own senses, not our own understanding, but trust Him. Sometimes He's cooking and we don't even see Him in the kitchen. And we get impatient and we start running our mouth and whining and complaining. The Bible tells us in James 3:8, but the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. The tongue is the most unruly member of the body. Sometimes things are cooking. God is moving and working things in our favor. And since we don't see anything happening, we get impatient and pull the lid off and open our mouth and ruin the very blessings God had prepared for us. Instead of whining, instead of complaining, instead of telling your brother or your sister or the guy at the bank or the lady at the grocery store how bad your life is,